Welcome in, everybody, and right now we're going to break down the England and Colombia Women's World Cup quarterfinal match. It's the 4th ranked English team taking on the 25th ranked Colombian team at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, August 12th in Women's World Cup quarterfinal action. Now, it's Colombia's first time in the quarterfinals in their history, while the experienced English side reached the semifinals in 2019 and 2015 and the quarterfinals in 2011 and 2007. Now, the last times these teams met, it was 2-1 for England, also in the World Cup in the group stages in 2015. Before I dive into the odds and break down this game, be sure to give this video a like if you're enjoying the Women's World Cup content. Now, looking at the odds for England and Colombia, England are big favorites. They are -188 to win the game. The draw is +260. Colombia are underdogs at +600 to win in regulation. England to advance by any means are huge favorites at -450, while Colombia is +300. Over 2.5 comes in at +150. Under 2.5 is favored at -200. Both teams to score yes, +162. And the odds favor both teams not scoring at -225. Let's start with England. They are the Group D winners, and they were 3-0-0, and they're still perfect in the Women's World Cup. They won, albeit with closer scores than expected, over Haiti and Denmark 1-0 before smashing China 6-1. That set up a round of 16 matchup with Nigeria, which ended 0-0 after 90 minutes and needed PKs, in which England won 4-2. Now, while England had 57% of the possession, Nigeria had more shots, 20-12, but England had more shots on target, 4-2, and corners, 6-5. But Nigeria came the closest to scoring, hitting the crossbar in the first half. England also lost Lauren James to a red card in the 87th minute, and she will miss out in the quarterfinals against Colombia. Now, for Colombia, they're the 25th ranked nation. As I mentioned, they're by far the lowest ranked team left in this tournament. They won Group H, though, at 2-0-1. In the round of 16, they met Jamaica, a match that always looked like it was going to be tight, and it definitely was, with Catalina Uzme's 51st minute goal being the only goal in the game in a 1-0 Colombia win. Jamaica came close. They hit the post in the second half, and they headed a shot just wide late in the game, but they could not score. Colombia had the possession edge at 51%, as well as the edge in shots, 11-6, shots on target 3-2, and corners 7-3. Looking at players who could score in this game, England, with them missing their leading scorer, James, the top scoring favorites are Alicia Russo and Rachel Daly at +220 odds, but there's also 5 English players who are between 2-1 and 3-1 odds as the top favorites. In fact, the top 7 favored players all come from the Lionesses. Colombia have only 3 players who have scored in this tournament. Uzme has 2, Caicedo has 2, and Venegas has 1. No one on their team has more than 2 shots on target this tournament. 5 are tied with 2. Uzme is the first Colombian player who shows up in the odds to score in this game at +375. Next comes Chacon and Caicedo at 6-1 odds. Let's look at some key stats in this game. England have the 5th most shots on target in the tournament. Their XG of 7.3, though, is actually only 9th, and their XG differential of +3.9 is actually only 10th. Colombia have the highest or the worst XGA of the remaining 8 teams at 4.6. And when they consider they only have an XG of 3.5, they are the only team of the final 8 with a negative XG differential, coming in at -1.1. That actually ranks 18th overall, not even in the top half of all tournament teams. Best bets in this game. England games have all been super close, China notwithstanding. And now their main difference maker, Lauren James, will be missing. James leads England with 3 goals and 3 assists during this tournament. Nobody else on the team has multiple goals. She had 8 shots and 5 shots on target. Someone else is going to have to pick up the slack, and that could be Rachel Daly, who also has 8 shots and 5 shots on target, or it could be Russo, who has 14 shots and 8 shots on target and the highest XG on the team at 1.5. Her shot totals are also the most for England. Colombia had the 2nd lowest XG of any of the final 16 teams, only above Jamaica entering the round of 16. They only have 5 goals in 4 games, 3 goal scorers, and only 3 total assists on those 5 goals. This has come from 47 shots on target and only 47 shots and only 14 shots on target through their 4 games. Now, on paper, this looks like a huge mismatch, but Colombia has already defeated Germany in the group stage, so they shouldn't be fazed by a match with England, who's missing their best player, plus some others who didn't even make it into the World Cup. I have a feeling there just might be a Colombia surprise here in some way, at least if they keep it close. England haven't proven this tournament that they can pull away from anyone, and Colombia have played games very tight while barely offering much offense themselves. I think the under 2.5 here looks like a very good bet, but that is at minus 200. Colombia keeping the game close on the spread at plus 1.5 also could be a good bet, but that is also minus 210. So maybe one of those picks in a parlay. If you really want some good, decent plus money, you could go under 1.5. If you think this game ends 1-0 or 0-0, that comes in at plus 150. Even Colombia to advance at plus 300 probably offers a good bet. As if this game makes it extra time or penalties, which it certainly could. We just saw England go to penalties with Nigeria. Obviously, anything can happen, so getting 3-1 for Colombia to squeak out an extra time victory or a PK victory could be an option. I think I'm just going to go with betting on this game to at least make it to extra time or PKs, and we'll go for the draw in this one at plus 260. So what do you think? Do you think Los Chicas Superpoderosos Colombia will upset the Lionesses of England? Let me know your picks in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more Women's World Cup picks. Good luck, everybody.